Another shocking Chelsea performance at Villa Park, 1-0 up, minute 9, and then Chelsea lose in the 89th minute. Thank you very much to a very, very poor goalkeeping mistake. It's as nice as I can describe that. I mean, we are used to goalkeeping errors, but we thought, Jorgensen, we could actually maybe put full faith in you, seize your opportunity to shine after being, promoted to number 1, and yet you disappointed thoroughly. So thank you. Does Marcus Bettinelli get a look in? Guys, what do we think? Time for another goalkeeper to step up. But if that game didn't show us how far apart we are with Aston Villa at the moment, then I don't know what does. Yeah, I don't really know how to talk anymore. And what I mean by that is we have kindly let them back into the top 4 race, boosted their self-esteem after it being such a long while since their last league win. They've been troubled, but as we know, Chelsea does like to help other teams out. So we thought, okay, we've gone 1-0 up, but we'll let you guys have this one. So it doesn't matter, guys, if it's 1-0 up, 1-0 down, I still have the same feeling that I don't trust Chelsea to see out a game, and that's exactly what we have been taught is exactly the case, as we saw today. But our prayers were answered. We asked to see something different, and we did. Enzo Maresca opted for something slightly different, and yeah, we're not spoiled exactly for choice. We are no longer the team that has a wealth of depth, so we kind of have to, go with what we have. Chalobah gets injured in this game as well, which is a real big blow to our defensive options now as well. We'll find out exactly how serious or not that one is, but ultimately that was, just really incohesive as a team. We lacked so much quality, particularly when it came to that kind of final third, that final shot, the final pass. It was lacking, guys, and it was really, really infuriating to watch at times because Cole Palmer missing chances that he would never miss ever. So what's all that about? Neto being frustrated as well. Nkunku, I mean, I literally in the first kind of half before he took that shot that forced Emmy to make a save, he was really, really just, invisible in that game as well. So I don't know, guys. It looked like they had all met before the game and they were all groaning at each other and just like giving each other looks and stuff. But there was just nobody could read each other's runs. Nobody could really quite time the pass or, send the shot remotely on target. And once again, and I think we were quite lucky to not concede in the first half, actually, because when we scored, Villa did seize control. They looked a little bit tired. It took them some time to get into the game, and obviously they've had a tough fixture midweek, but it doesn't matter. Played the league leaders, came and beat us at the weekend as well. We've had an extra couple days of rest, but that doesn't really matter. It didn't really matter in this game, did it? Because it took them some time, but it wasn't like we particularly got a great head start. We were 1-0 up, but we always knew that Villa could come back into the game anytime they liked because we let them. And so very lucky there. I think Watkins in the first half had an opportunity. At times we were left very vulnerable at the back, and again we were quite lucky at times that either someone blocked a shot or it wasn't quite connecting with their players, but we were in trouble at times, definitely, in that first half. It was only until the second that things really started to take off, but we were misplacing passes, giving away possession, just couldn't hold the ball for the life of us, and it was just very disappointing to see. Now, I really obviously would have loved to see substitutions, but what substitutions, guys, could we have really made? The difference now is that Aston Villa have a bench with options that can come on and change you a game, as they did have. And Chelsea, on the other hand, we don't really. We'll make substitutions just so we maybe give someone a little bit of rest and maybe switch something up, but it doesn't really work that way anymore, guys, does it? So as much as I'd love to say I wish Maresca made more subs, well, what other subs would have really, really changed or levelled up what was already happening on the pitch? And that's the problem, because Aston Villa, they thought about that. They did. They thought about that in January, and they decided that they would need attacking options there. So there you are. They've got a goalkeeper, solid there. We don't. We're still experimenting. We're mid-season and we've asked to see our second goalkeeper, and our second goalkeeper has just made such a big error there. So again, no trustworthy goalkeeper there. Defenders with hot and cold moments, either just launching the ball far up, hoping someone will chase it down. So where has even that kind of playing out the back gone? Obviously, yeah, we changed it today. We wanted to do something a little bit different, but is that now the game plan? Just launch a ball forwards and maybe Pedro Neto is quick enough to chase it, or Cole Palmer, or Malo Gusto, or I don't know, somebody else. And then you got attacking players. They've got Asensio and Rashford who have come into the side. They were bringing on Leon Bailey. Asensio gets his first goals at Aston Villa. Marcus Rashford gets 2 assists today. But again, what wonders can do. Bringing in some players to refreshen the front line when you've lost, you know, a very key player there, a goal scoring player in Jean Duran who's moved on. Well, you go and you replace him as much as you can. So yeah, very, very poor, a big disparity in the teams there. So ultimately Villa showed us how it's done in the end. You know, they shop with the remainder of the season in mind. They have goals to achieve, and they very much thought, you know, we have to buy some players here. Yeah. I don't really know what to say to you guys. I made a video earlier this week telling you all that let's try and be positive and go into this game seeing something new. Maresca will change something. He's got no choice. We'll see a refreshing in the team. Instead, I saw 11 players just trying to work something out between them. You know, Caicedo making some fantastic through passes. And Cole Palmer, a player who literally will put those away any day of the week, scores them in training, scores them for fun, scores them in games. We've seen it this season. And suddenly there he is slipping up and dilly-dallying with the ball left, right and centre and laying it off and then not making the right pass. And yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure Nkunku, Palmer and Neto either fell out before that game or they just decided that every man for themselves up front. I actually really don't know. So yeah, you kind of, I mean, it's not really laughable. I was very angry when we conceded that goal, but I wasn't surprised. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't that sum us up really well? Like, I'm angry, but I'm not surprised. And I mean, eventually this anger just will turn into a bit of an internalized mediocrity where it's not changing. But it must, guys, it must change. We've got Southampton next, and frankly, we could slip up even further down the league. You know, with how other results have gone this weekend, again, you could say maybe quite lucky in some regards. You know, Bournemouth lost, and but again, Newcastle, they have an opportunity. And, you know, again, we've gone into each of these games and boosted people's confidence. We've boosted players' confidence, clubs' confidence, teams' confidence. And ours is only decreasing by the day. Like, how do these players motivate each other? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a big problem when you're losing games, when it's just not working out, you know, when you're losing games in this manner. How do you pick yourself up? And that's where you miss those leaders. And I mean, I think the best thing I saw today on the pitch was Reece James telling Caicedo to calm down after he got booked and just telling him, don't go and have words with the ref. That was it, guys. Any other ideas? Drop them in the comments down below if you have it. But again, this game just angered me so much. And then we've gone from one of our best performances this season in 3-0 against Aston Villa at home to losing 2-1. So 1-0 up or 1-0 down, guys, it seems the outcome is the same at the end of the day. And I don't really know what happens, what else changes, how we freshen up to remain competitive the rest of the season, because we've got some tough games coming up. I'll tell you that. And even at our best, we didn't get results against those teams. So I'm just a little bit concerned, if you know what I mean. But Southampton next, I like to think that's 3 points on the board. At this point, I'm not even interested in good performances. I need results. I need 3 points in each of those games. And yeah, but just shocking, right, guys? Shocking how easily we'd lose the ball. At times, Aston Villa, you know, when they were settling in the game, they were giving us so much space to work with as well at the start, and yet we did nothing. So here we are. You don't score your chances, well, they will, and that's just how it works in football. No one's going to wait around for you to keep doing that. And while we did register some shots on target, well, it was just either too weak at the keeper, just a little too late, a little too early. And then there you are, Asensio on the double. How lovely is that? Gifting them a really, really great moment there. But yeah, you can't help but feel a little bit jealous, right? And that's bizarre to say. I'm jealous of Aston Villa today, guys. I'm jealous because they shopped in the transfer window with the remainder of season in mind. I'm jealous because they're playing Champions League football. I'm jealous because they're competing for Champions League football. And I am jealous that they have a cohesive team there. Yes, they've hit some bumps in the road and they haven't been blowing teams away and winning games with ease, but there you go. Maybe now they've turned a corner. Maybe they recognise their kind of pits and they went and addressed those. But yeah, that's all I've got to say, guys. Subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV if you're new around here. Make sure you check out my personal channel, Nina's Chelsea Corner, guys. Enjoy, I guess, the rest of your weekend or whatever you can do. But yeah, guys, take care of yourselves. Let us know how you guys feel in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one.